Welcome to our video on SCP-7305 through SCP-7309. These 5 SCP objects are considered to be some of the most intriguing and unpredictable anomalies in the SCP Foundation's custody. These entities pose a potential threat to the safety and security of the Foundation and the general public. In this video, we'll take a closer look at each of these entities and discuss their abilities, containment procedures, and any known interactions with other SCP objects. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of SCP-7305 through SCP-7309. SCP-7305 appears to be a large bipedal creature resembling a zombie kangaroo. Its fur is brown and matted, and its eyes are a deep red. The entity is classified as Keter due to its extremely aggressive behavior and highly contagious nature. The creature stands at approximately 3 meters tall at the shoulder and weighs approximately 300 kilograms. SCP-7305 has the ability to infect other animals and humans with a highly contagious virus, which causes them to rapidly mutate into similar creatures. The virus is transmitted through bites, scratches, and contact with the creature's blood or other bodily fluids. The mutation process is extremely rapid, taking as little as 12 hours to complete. SCP-7305 is highly resilient and difficult to contain. It is able to survive in a wide range of temperatures and environments and has demonstrated resistance to a variety of weapons and forms of containment. It is also capable of healing from injuries at an accelerated rate. It is for this reason that it is classified as Keter and kept in a high-security containment facility. SCP-7305 is extremely difficult to neutralize as it is able to quickly adapt to new situations and weapons. It is recommended to use heavy artillery and high-powered firearms when attempting to neutralize SCP-7305. However, it is important to note that the creature is able to regenerate its wounds, so it is not recommended to try to kill it. Instead, immobilize it with a method such as SCP-8J. Due to the highly contagious nature of SCP-7305 and its ability to rapidly infect and mutate other organisms, it is extremely important to contain and neutralize any instance of SCP-7305 as soon as possible. Any personnel who have come into contact with SCP-7305 must be quarantined and monitored for signs of infection. Due to its potential to infect and mutate other SCPs or Foundation personnel, it is kept in a high-security containment facility, and any contact with it must be treated with extreme caution. SCP-7306 is a small, seemingly unremarkable ceramic figurine of a bird, measuring approximately 10 centimeters in height. The object was discovered in an antique shop in rural Arkansas, and was brought to the attention of the SCP Foundation after reports of strange occurrences in the vicinity of the object. SCP-7306 has the ability to warp the perceptions and memories of those who come into proximity with it. Any person within 3 meters of SCP-7306 will perceive it to be a life-size, fully animated version of the bird depicted in the figurine. Furthermore, any person who comes into contact with SCP-7306 will have their memories altered to reflect the presence of the bird in their life for a period of time preceding the contact. The duration of the altered memories can vary, but typically lasts for several days to a week. The affected individuals show no signs of distress or adverse effects from the altered perceptions and memories, and will often display attachment or affection towards the animated bird. Interviews with affected individuals reveal that the bird, which is perceived as having a distinct personality, has become a companion or pet in their memory. SCP-7306's effects extend beyond just the individual who comes into contact with the object. Any person who comes into contact with an affected individual will also perceive the animated bird and have their memories altered accordingly. The effects can also be passed on through photographs or videos taken of the bird, as well as through descriptions of the bird passed on through conversation or written communication. The Foundation has yet to determine the mechanism behind SCP-7306's effects, and research is ongoing. However, it is noted that the object does not appear to have any anomalous properties when not in proximity to a living organism. Due to its ability to manipulate perception and memories, SCP-7306 is classified as Euclid and is to be kept in a secure containment chamber at all times. Access to SCP-7306 is strictly limited to authorized personnel for research and testing purposes only. Any personnel who come into contact with SCP-7306 must be debriefed and undergo amnestics treatment as a precaution. SCP-7307 is a small, intricately carved wooden box measuring 20 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 10 centimeters. The box is made from an unknown type of wood and has been dated to be over 500 years old. The box is intricately carved with images of animals and plants, and appears to be of significant cultural or historical value. The anomalous properties of SCP-7307 become apparent when the box is opened. Inside the box is a miniature, self-sustaining ecosystem. The ecosystem contains a variety of plant and animal life, including small insects, fish, and a miniature waterfall. The ecosystem is closed and self-sustaining, and does not require any input of energy or resources to maintain itself. The animal inhabitants of the ecosystem will typically avoid contact with the walls of the box and will congregate around the miniature waterfall, which appears to be the center of the ecosystem. Furthermore, if the box is moved or rotated, the ecosystem inside adjusts itself to adapt to the new home within minutes. SCP-7307 was recovered from a marketplace in a small village in Sri Lanka, where it had been passed down through generations as a family heirloom. The SCP is classified as safe due to its self-contained nature. It is currently kept in a sealed container to prevent contamination from external elements and also to prevent interference from the Foundation personnel. The box is to be monitored for any changes in its ecosystem or behavior, as its properties may change over time. SCP-7307 has potential research uses in the field of miniature ecosystems and sustainable energy systems. Studies of the box's ecosystem could lead to new understanding of closed-loop systems and the interactions between different species in a small environment. It may also have applications in developing sustainable energy sources, as the box appears to be self-sustaining without any external input of energy. When interacting with SCP-7307, any interference with the ecosystem should be kept to a minimum, as it is still not fully understood how the box's anomalous properties may be affected. SCP-7308 is a small, unassuming sculpture of a human hand, approximately 10 inches in height and made of an unknown material. Despite its small size and seemingly harmless appearance, SCP-7308 is classified as Euclid due to its ability to manipulate reality within a certain radius around it. SCP-7308's primary anomalous effect is the ability to alter the perception of time within a radius of approximately 50 meters around it. When an individual enters this radius, their perception of time begins to shift, with time appearing to move both faster and slower at random intervals. This effect is not limited to living beings, as inanimate objects within the radius will also appear to age at different rates. SCP-7308 also has the ability to manipulate the perception of gravity within the same radius. Objects and individuals within the radius may experience sudden changes in gravity, causing them to float or be pulled in a different direction. This effect can also cause sudden and severe gravitational forces, resulting in injury or death. SCP-7308's manipulation of reality also extends to the creation of hallucinations and the alteration of memories. Individuals within the radius may experience hallucinations, including the appearance of non-existent entities or the alteration of their surroundings. The individual's memories may also be altered, with memories becoming distorted or completely replaced with false ones. SCP-7308's properties seems to make it impossible to study or contain, as it has the ability to manipulate the memories and perception of those studying it, making it hard to determine the true nature of the object. The surrounding area always changes its shape and size, making the task of securing it with conventional methods impossible. SCP-7308's true nature and origin are unknown. Attempts to determine the composition of the object have been unsuccessful, as all samples taken from the sculpture have disintegrated within minutes of being removed from the radius of SCP-7308's effect. Additionally, all photographic and video recordings taken within its radius have been found to be useless due to the constant manipulation of reality. Due to its dangerous and unpredictable nature, SCP-7308 is to be kept in a secure containment chamber at all times, with at least 2 armed guards posted outside at all times. Any personnel entering the radius of SCP-7308's effect must be accompanied by at least 1 other individual, and are required to wear a reality anchor to mitigate the effects of SCP-7308. Any individuals experiencing hallucinations or memory distortions as a result of SCP-7308's effects are to be immediately removed from the radius and given amnestics. SCP-7309 is a human male, approximately 30 years of age, of average build and height. SCP-7309 appears to be completely normal and non-anomalous, with no extraordinary physical abilities or characteristics. However, SCP-7309 possesses an anomalous property that is triggered when it comes into contact with any form of written language, whether it be printed on paper, displayed on electronic devices, or written on walls or other surfaces. When SCP-7309 comes into contact with written language, it immediately and uncontrollably begins to recite the text verbatim, often at a rapid pace. This recitation can last for several minutes, during which SCP-7309 is unable to communicate or perform any other actions. SCP-7309's recitation is always accurate, and it is able to recite text in any language, even if it is not fluent in that language. SCP-7309 also appears to have perfect recall, and is able to recite text it has come into contact with in the past with perfect accuracy. SCP-7309's anomalous property also extends to written language that is hidden or obscured. For example, if a document is folded or crumpled such that certain parts of the text are not visible, SCP-7309 will still be able to recite that text with perfect accuracy. SCP-7309 is also able to recite text that is written in code or cipher, provided that it is able to come into contact with the coded text. SCP-7309's anomalous property has been determined to be contagious, and any person that comes into physical contact with SCP-7309 while it is in the process of reciting text will also begin to recite the same text uncontrollably. The effect is temporary and wears off after several minutes. Due to the nature of its anomalous property, SCP-7309 is to be kept in a secure containment chamber at all times, with no written language of any kind present. All communication with SCP-7309 must be done in person, as any written communication will trigger its anomalous property. SCP-7309 is cooperative and willing to comply with containment protocols, and has expressed a desire to be used for research and experimentation in the hopes of finding a way to control its anomalous property. Further research is to be done to understand the full extent of its abilities and the way of utilizing it in a controlled manner. SCP-7305 through SCP-7309 are a series of anomalous entities with unique abilities and characteristics. It is important to remember that the information about these entities is classified and should not be shared with anyone without proper clearance. These SCPs are an interesting addition to the SCP Foundation universe, and we hope this video provided some useful information about them. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content about the clandestine operations of the SCP Foundation.